Hi everyone, myself Akash from Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, studying in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. Today I'll be discussing about the topic application of vestigial sideband modulation in television broadcasting. The contents are introduction, advantages of modulation, introduction to vestigial sideband, basics of vestigial sideband, block diagram, VSB in analog and digital television broadcasting, implementation and future of VSB in broadcasting, and the conclusion. Introduction. Modulation is defined as the process of varying any one of the fundamental parameters of a carrier wave in accordance with the modulating signal. Modulation is required for high range transmission, quality of transmission, and to avoid the overlapping of signals. Vestigial sideband modulation or VSB modulation is the process where a part of the signal called vestige is modulated along with one sideband. The advantages of modulation. Antenna size gets reduced, no signal mixing occurs, communication range increases, multiplexing of signals occur, adjustments in the bandwidth is allowed, reception quality improves. The introduction to vestigial sideband modulation. Vestigial sideband modulation is a modulation technique used in television broadcasting. It allows for the transmission of video and audio signals over a limited bandwidth. Vestigial sideband helps in reducing the required bandwidth while maintaining the signal quality. Basics of vestigial sideband modulation. VSB modulation is a form of amplitude modulation where one sideband is significantly attenuated. The carrier signal is modulated by the baseband video and audio signals. A low pass filter is used to eliminate one sideband, resulting in a vestige of the attenuated sideband. The amplitude modulation can be seen here, where the message signal, carrier signal, and the amplitude modulated signals are shown. Block diagram of vestigial sideband modulation in television broadcasting. The modulating signal in the presence of carrier oscillator is passed through the balance modulator. In the presence of DSB, it is passed through the sideband filter, and in the presence of VSB signal, it is passed through the linear amplifier, and finally through the power amplifier, where the antenna gets the required signals. Overview of television broadcasting. Television broadcasting is a method of transmitting video and audio signals by a large radio waves, allowing viewers to watch and to programming on their televisions. The television process starts with capturing raw footages, which is then edited and before being transmitted via transmitter to an antenna on viewers' TVs. Transmission is achieved through a set of defined frequencies which are divided into channels to allow multiple programming. Due to the widespread use of television, television has been used as one of the most effective methods of mass communication for decades, providing information and education to around the world. Advantages of vestigial sideband modulation in television broadcasting. Efficient use of bandwidth. The vestigial sideband allows for more channels to be transmitted within a given frequency spectrum. Improved signal quality. Vestigial sideband reduces interference and provides better resilience against multipath propagation. Backward compatibility. VSB is compatible with existing analog television receivers, making the transition to digital broadcasting easier. VSB versus other modulation techniques. VSB versus amplitude modulation. Vestigial sideband offers high spectral efficiency and better rejection of interference, whereas the amplitude modulation has a bit lesser spectral efficiency. Vestigial sideband versus frequency modulation. VSB provides a higher signal to noise ratio and requires less bandwidth, and in frequency modulation the noise is a bit more. VSB versus quadrature amplitude modulation. VSB is more robust and requires simpler receivers. VSB in analog television broadcasting. VSB was widely used in analog television broadcasting systems such as NTSC, National Television System Committee in North America. It allowed for the transmission of video, audio, and other ancillary data over a limited bandwidth. The vestigial sideband allowed for easy separation of video and audio signals at the receiver end. Vestigial sideband in digital television broadcasting. Vestigial sideband modulation is also used in digital television broadcasting standards such as ATSC Advanced Television Systems Committee in North America. It enables the transmission of compressed digital video and audio signals. Vestigial sideband helps in reducing the required bandwidth for digital broadcasting while maintaining the signal quality. Implementation of vestigial sideband. Vestigial sideband is implemented using specialized hardware components in television transmitters. The baseband video and audio signals are digitized and combined with a carrier signal. The vestigial sideband is created by applying a low-pass filter to the modulated signal. VSB receiver working. The VSB receivers are designed to demodulate the receiver signal, that is the received signal, and extract the audio and video information. The vestigial sideband is reconstructed using a band pass filter. Advanced signal processing techniques are employed to compensate for multipath interference and improve the signal quality. Challenges and limitations of vestigial sideband modulation. Vestigial sideband modulation is sensitive to multipath interference, which can degrade the signal quality. It requires precise filtering and equalization techniques to compensate for channel impairments. Vestigial sideband modulation may not be suitable for mobile television broadcasting due to its sensitivity to Doppler shifts. The future of vestigial sideband modulation in television broadcasting. Vestigial sideband modulation continues to be used in digital television broadcasting systems around the world. Ongoing research and development aim to further improve vestigial sideband's robustness and spectral efficiency. New technologies such as advanced error correction coding may enhance the performance of vestigial sideband modulation. Vestigial sideband modulation continues to be used in digital television broadcasting systems around the world. Ongoing research and development aim to further improve vestigial sideband's robustness and spectral efficiency. New technologies such as advanced error correction coding may enhance the performance of vestigial sideband modulation. Thank you.